Hey guys, Tom here, welcome back to a new video. Now today, I'm on my own. I know, it's unusual. Usually I'm with a guest or I'm with Thogdad. Today it's a very interesting topic. We're going to be going through every single Premier League striker and we're going to be ranking them. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm going to set the like goal because I'm on my own this time. Let's go for something like 4,000, alright? Simple and easy, 4,000 likes. Absolutely smash it. Go follow my Instagram, Thogden. I'll be following back Premier League fans. Let's get straight into it, no more messing about. Let's begin with Arsenal. Now, do I go with Aubameyang or Lacazette as their striker? I went with Lacazette because he is their number 9. I think he is a bagsman. He's a big game player. He scored a great goal against Spurs to get them back into the game, and that was an important goal because it led them on to get the second goal, which made them draw the game. So he is pivotal in going forward with Arsenal. He scored loads of goals for Lyon, but he is up there with one of the best in the league. So for me, Andre Lacazette is 4th place out of all the 20 Premier League club strikers. Aston Villa striker, their number 9 is Wesley Moraes, or Wesley as they like to call it. He's a Brazilian lad from Club Brugge, and his ratio is about a goal/assist every 2 games, which is pretty good for a striker that goes deep. He's a target man, he's a nuisance. He's one of the main reasons Aston Villa picked up 3 points against Everton, where he got that important goal, and he's quite a fiery player. He gets in scraps. He leads the team on, and I think he'll be very important this year for Aston Villa. But for me, he is unproven in the Premier League, and when you compare him to the likes of some of the other lads in this league, you just can't rank him as high. But I do think there is big things with him to come. I'm going to have to put him in 17th place, but it could all change when he gets more experience and more game time in the Premier League. AFC Bournemouth have a striker called Callum Wilson. He scored quite a lot of goals for Bournemouth. He's been with them for years, ever since their League One days, I think so anyway, and he bagged for them then, and he still bags in the Premier League. He got his England call-up because of how well he was been playing. I just had to put Callum Wilson in 13th place, which is quite respectable when you think about all the teams and all the strikers that are in this league. Brighton and Hove Albion are the 4th team to review. They have a striker called Neil Maupay. He just signed for them, so it's very difficult for me to comment on this because he lacks Premier League experience. However, when I say that, he scored 25 goals in the Championship last year for Brentford. I think given time in the Premier League, this man will score a lot of goals. He scored a really good goal on his debut for Brighton in his first game in the Premier League, and I'm sure there's way more to come for this man. So for me, I'm going to put him 16th simply due to the lack of Premier League experience, but I'm sure there's way more to come from him. Burnley are the next team in the alphabetical order, and oh my god, their striker. He is a tank, he is a beast, and he is completely Premier League. He is Ashley Barnes. He's got 4 goals in 4 games so far for Burnley, which is a really good record for a team like Burnley who don't score like a crazy amount of goals. There's way more to come for him, and I even think there could be an England call-up down the line for him. He's someone who deserves it. So for me, I put him in 11th place, which is high mid-table, considering the fact there are so many good Premier League strikers. I think that's a pretty good place for him. Chelsea next in the line, and their striker this season is Tammy Abraham, so I had to review him. He scored 26 goals last year in the league for Villa, which is unreal. And he's been thrown straight in this Chelsea side, who he's not used to been playing with. And to be fair to him, he scored 4 in 4. Now, there have been arguments against the teams they've played. Sheffield United and Norwich are the 2 teams that he scored 2 goals against. However, I back him, I believe in him, and I'm sure there's more goals to come for him against the bigger clubs. People seem to forget that really good chance he had against United early doors where he hit the post. On another day, that goes in, and no one says this. So I think there's more to come for Tammy. I rank him in 10th place, which is very respectful for a young lad who doesn't have that much Premier League experience apart from his time at Swansea and his 4 games at Chelsea so far. Crystal Palace are the team next, and obviously last year I would have said Batshuayi. However, he's now back at Chelsea, doesn't seem to be getting game time, so now Crystal Palace number 9 is Jordan Ayew. Now he's come in, and he's done very well. He's scored 2 goals in 3. He's got a very good goal against Aston Villa, sent Tyrone Mings. So far, Crystal Palace have been shining, and he is one of the main reasons why he's been turning up. So I can't really argue with that. However, his goal ratio is nowhere near compared to some of the others in this league. So I had to go and drop him down in 18th place, which is a shame. However, this could all change if he keeps up his record that he has been doing this season. Moving on to Everton and their striker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's yet to score this season. For a team that wants to push for that 7th place and get Europa League football, I don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the man to do that. So for me, he's slowly getting replaced by Moise Kean. I'm going to have to put him in 20th place. Leicester City are the next team. Now, when you think of Leicester City, what's the first thing you think of? Jamie Vardy. He is their bagsman, and he's been doing it for years. His story is amazing. He made it from the lower leagues with Fleetwood, and now he's got his chance. Everyone writes him off because of his age, but he proves people wrong every single year. He's had a really good start to the season at 32, and last year, 31, he scored over 20 goals, so who's talking now? Jamie Vardy is having a party. He's one of the most prolific goal scorers in the Premier League, so for me, he has to come in 5th place, which is very respectful. He's one of the main reasons they won the Premier League that special year, and he had a party. Can't argue with that. 5th place. Now Liverpool, there's a lot of arguments who you would count as their striker. They've got a front three of Mane, Salah and Firmino, but let's go with fancy Premier League. Let's pick Firmino because he is the central out of the front three. And he is someone who gets double figures every year. He is so influential in that front three because not only does he score goals, he creates for players like Salah and Mane. He's had double figures of goals 4 years running. He's been very important for Liverpool. And in 4 games, he's had 2 goals, 2 assists so far this year. It could be a very good year for him. So for me, I'm going to put him in 3rd place, which is very, very high up. But he deserves it. Manchester City are next, and yeah, it's a shame we have to do this early because you guys are going to probably find out who my 1st and 2nd place because their striker is Sergio Aguero. Now, no one can argue with Sergio Aguero, right? He's got 170 goals and 44 assists in the Premier League for Manchester City. He's had over 20 goals in a season 5 years running. Not even Harry Kane could do that last year as he only got 17. And no one can argue with the fact that Sergio Aguero is my 1st place. He is the greatest Premier League striker at the moment. I'm sorry, Harry Kane, as much as I love you and you're English. That brings us on to Manchester United. Their striker would have been Lukaku last year, but Martial is taking that number 9 role. He looks the real deal. He's scored quite a few goals this season so far. For a player that was playing winger last year, he's moved to striker and he's scoring goals in a completely different position, so fair play to him. Last year he scored 10 goals in 27. This year I'm sure he'll get more than that. I've got to put him in 9th place, which is obviously top 10, but he could be going up. He could be the man to bring Manchester United up now that Romelu Lukaku has gone to Inter Milan. The next striker is Newcastle United. Now they have a young Brazilian striker who they signed for quite a lot of money, Joe Linton. He looked good at Hoffenheim. He looked very energetic, scored goals, got assists. He was good for the team, and so far he's looked at for Newcastle. He got the important goal against Tottenham, which helped them bag 3 points when all the Newcastle fans were starting to turn on Steve Bruce. They got a massive win at New White Hart Lane, and I think he could be very vital to Newcastle surviving this season. Alright, he doesn't have that much Premier League experience, but he seems to be quite good. Right now I'm going to have to put him in 15th place, but he could easily go up when he starts bagging in the Premier League more. Next team is Norwich City, and there's only one man you think of when you think of Norwich. You think of Teemu Pukki. He scored 5 goals out of Norwich's 6 this season, which is one of the best record of team per player goal ratio. He just bagged a couple in the last 2 games for Finland too. Nothing seems to be stopping this man. I'm going to put him in 6th place, and I think Norwich fans will be very happy with that, and he deserves it. It'll be interesting to see if Norwich can hold on to this man if he does keep up this goal ratio. He is the definition of the poacher right now, and there seems to be nothing stopping him. Sheffield United are the next team, and when you think of the Blade striker, there's only one man that comes to mind, and that's Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp, the bagsman himself. He's already got off to a good start in the Premier League. That man is a capital league legend. He's been through the years, League One, Championship, Premier League. It seems like he's going to be there for the rest of his career. He is the fat lad from Sheffield, but he knows where to score, and I've got a lot of respect for that. I'm going to have to put a very respectful 12th place for a man that doesn't have much Premier League experience, because he reaps quality for a poacher up front. He will score more this season. Southampton are the next team now. Yeah, they got Danny Ings. He scored 7 goals in the Prem last year, which is, it's alright for a striker. He scored 1 goal this season so far. It's going to be difficult to rate because he's not had a lot of proper Premier League game time apart from last season being the bench/reserves for Liverpool previously. So right now, Danny Ings, I'm going to have to chuck him in 19th place, but a lot could change. So yeah, that brings us on to Tottenham Hotspur, where obviously I'm going to be talking about Harry Kane. Now, the reason I have to put him in 2nd place and put Sergio Aguero in 1st, Sergio Aguero has been bagging goals in the Premier League for a few years more than him because of that age difference, but right now Sergio has to go in 1st place. But Harry Kane, I mean, mate, honestly, I love him. I'm English, right? He's got 128 goals, he's got 18 assists, he's a Golden Boot winner, he's been doing very well internationally. I mean, literally a couple of days ago I went to England, Bulgaria, and he scored a hat-trick just like that in the Euro qualifiers. That man is a bagsman. He's got a great goal ratio. He's at 0.7, which is the same as Aguero, and let's be honest, he doesn't have the calibre of players that City do around him, which just shows you how good his shot accuracy is and how good he is at getting goals. So in the future, honestly, he could definitely be 1st place, but you cannot argue with the Argentinian. That brings us on to Watford, and of course, the captain and leader legend, once again, Troy Deeney. We all know this moment where he scored that goal against Leicester City. think of Watford, you think of Troy. Big Troy up front. He's scored goals for years. Obviously, his goal ratio record isn't as good as what it was before, but he's still doing well for them. Troy Deeney and Delafeu last year up front, their chemistry was incredible. And can we talk about that crazy sacking that Watford have done? They've sacked their gaffer. I don't know why, because it's literally 4 games in. Watford, what are you doing? So Troy Deeney has to be in 14th place. He's Watford through and through, and you have to put him there. West Ham are the next team, and obviously their striker, Sebastian Halle. 3 goals in 3 games so far. He does really look the real deal, and how they snatched him over to some of the top 6 teams that should have gone for him, who knows. He's a top striker, which is why I'm going to have to chuck him in 8th place. Finally, but definitely not least, Wolverhampton Wanderers are last. And their striker is Raul Jimenez, and ever since he's come in from Benfica, he had a great record at Benfica, and he just looks amazing in the Premier League as well. He's a big lad, he's a target man, but he can also run into balls, get goals, he could drift wide, he could do everything. A little mention for him, 6 goals in 6 in the Europa League qualifier so far this season, plus his 2 goals in the Premier League, which means he's scored 8 goals so far this year, and we're literally at early doors, so he looks incredible, he looks the real deal. Outside of the top 6, he's one of the most best strikers in there. Him and Jamie Vardy are right up there, so for me, I'm going to have to put him in 7th place. However, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments, rank them. I'll be liking, replying to some, and make sure you go follow my Instagram, Thogden, for follow backs. I'll be replying to your DMs as well, so get right in there. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. It does mean a lot. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new around here, if you want more Premier League and other Football League content. And the reason I'm not doing a Limbs of the Week today is because I'll be doing it on Wednesday, because Mikey Cobbin was not available today because he's in Ireland. Tomorrow I'll be going to St Mary's to watch England versus Kosovo. So the vlog will be out tomorrow for you guys, so absolutely smash the like button if you're looking forward to that. See you all later. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you all in a bit. See you guys.